The first episode we talked about abandonment. The second episode we talked about betrayal. Now in this episode, in the last episode, we also talked about conscience and consequences. Now in this episode, we're going to talk about deception. So in today's episode, we are going to talk about deception. Like I explained in the last episode, we talked about conscience and consequences. Right now we are dealing with the word called deception. Before I dive into this episode, I hope you guys learned a lot from the last episode, because everything I did here is build you to understand what it cost in all this explanation I explained. The first episode we talked about abandonment. The second episode we talked about betrayal. Now in this episode, in the last episode, we also talked about conscience and consequences. Now in this episode, we're going to talk about deception. What is deception? Deception could be defined as an action or a scheme to mislead someone in doing the wrong thing for the purpose of your selfish benefit. Let me repeat it again. Deception is an action or a scheme to mislead someone into doing something that is wrong for the purpose of a selfish benefit. Now, what can deception cost someone in their everyday life? Most people live life deceiving others, and also most people live life deceiving themselves. That's why I titled this episode Deception. Deception could come in different forms. It could come in different ways. It could come in different environments. It could come in different age and come in different stage in life. We live in a world whereby deception is the order of the day. It is very difficult in this age and in this generation where people tell others the absolute truth. Everybody wants to present themselves perfect in the eyes of others. Everyone wants to present themselves whole in the presence of others. Everybody don't want to seem fake. Nobody wants to seem unrealistic. Most people don't want to also feel famous, beautiful, rich in every aspect of life. That is why I said deception is the order of the day in this generation. So how can deception be shown to you? First of all, by the person's actions and by the person's way of doing things. Some people are people pleasers. Some people please people for a living. Some people like to please people. That is also a form of deception. Pleasing people for the benefit of using them or abusing people is a form of deception. Manipulation also is a form of deception, in a form of an agenda whereby people just thought about something to do it so that they could make or destroy other people's efforts. You see, someone comes in a job and start criticizing the order of the job, start criticizing the company, criticizing the way the company runs their stuff. Now, that person could be deceiving himself or could be a tool for deception in that environment, whereby the person now could take some people, form a coup, whereby enlighten them on what damages the company has done to them or could do to them in the future, whereby deceiving those people and making them act in a wrong way. Note, those people who deceive other people in taking some action, they absolutely cannot be found when the problems hit the people that took those actions. When a person manipulates or deceives someone to take something from somebody. When the problem comes up, that person that actually planned it initially could run away, could be nowhere to be found, because he is or she is a deceiver. And deception could come in different form. Watch out for people who try to give you what you want in exchange of what they need. Those are people who are somehow good in manipulating people. Some people are also power drunk. They have what we call power drunk people. People who always do things for their own accolade. People also who do things for their own selfish, powerful position. Those people could be also referred as deceivers. They could do things for the benefit of their position and their power. Let's give an example. Let's say a lady comes in to look for a job. And let's say this lady is desperate in looking for a job. And she has gotten an invitation to come for this job. And the person interviewing her is a male trying to, interview the lady. And it comes to a point where this person really knows this lady is fit for this job. Her qualifications are right. Her documents are in order. Her certificate is in order. And everything, even the interview she did, she passed it. But she didn't know she passed it. And this person is in position to give this person a job. And this person said, because I am in this position and this person have to do what I need, I'll have to tell her what she needs to do in order to get a job. That could be an improper action for the person to get this job. And most people fall that victim because of their desperation and because of the urge in need of getting a job. They fall for that victim. Now, those people who are in that position could be a form of manipulators and deceivers. Manipulators and deceivers. Those people could ruin a company, could ruin a business because of their powerful position and because of how they love to cherish and guide that position. Some people could mislead some workers to go and take some actions that are improper because of the position they have. That's also called deception. We can also find deception in relationships. Some people go into relationships for different purposes. Some people go into relationship for the purpose of extortion. Some people go into relationship for the purpose of deception. Some people goes into relationship for different purposes, and you should watch out for people who are deceivers. Deceivers could form and disguise themselves to be righteous. They could form to disguise themselves to be loving, kind, and good people. But deep inside them, they could be terrible vampires. They could be terrible wolves. So watch out for deceivers. Deceivers could come in different forms, which can be very subtle. But without you noticing it, without you perceiving it, you could fall the victim. That's why I call this episode the episode of deception. Deception is a world virus nowadays, especially in this generation where we live in. Somebody can't really show you their reality. Most people can't really show you their real life because they feel like nobody wants to hear the truth. The truth is the truth, whether you like it or you don't like it. The truth doesn't change, whether it's as past or whether it is in the future. The truth will remain the truth. And deception is a very critical thing that if someone doesn't deal with it, if someone don't really practically have an intention to destroy that habit, it will cost them a lot. People walk into a long-term relationship for a long time for the purpose of deceiving these people in a long time. Somebody can walk into a relationship and enslave the partner for the purpose of their selfish benefit. That's called manipulation and deception. Watch out for those people who come subtle, try to present themselves and not realistic to them. And also, one of the ways you're going to find out is when you have really convicted them and confirmed that what they said about who they were false. This is a terrible thing. So you guys have to watch about this virus spreading all over the global world today. Deception comes in your teenagers, it comes in the adulthood, it also comes in different ages of life. It's not a gender thing, it is both genders and both specifications of life. Most especially deception comes financially. People don't really do things except they really want to gain from it. People don't really put their efforts to do things, especially when they want to really gain from it. The tool most people use in deceiving others is money. Money is very deceptive in purposes. Money itself is not wrong, but the scheme and the way people mislead others in a way to get money is what I called deception. People can really tell people to do a thing to get a kind of money that might not give them a good peace or last a long time. Because of their selfish interest and because of what they want to gain from it, they do this and they mislead other people in the wrong path. Some people are very dangerous in a way that they can go miles and miles and miles to accumulate such riches to bring other people into subjection and bring other people into deception. Some people want to be so great for the purpose of deceiving others. Some people want to be so rich for the purpose of manipulating others. So watch out for manipulators, watch out for deceptors, watch out for the people who deceive. If you are a Bible person and if you're a Christian, and not even a Christian, if you've ever heard the story of the Adam and Eve and the serpent, you know they call the serpent a deceiver. A deceiver doesn't come to give you something that you know that you're going to run away from. A deceiver doesn't come to give you something that you know or he knows that you're not going to like. And also, watch out for things that you love the most. Watch out for people you love the most. Watch out for things that you can do, lengths that you can go very far for people you love. Watch out for the length you can go very far for the kind of money you want to make. Watch out for the length of things you want to achieve. Deception could come in any form. Like I told you earlier in this episode, you could deceive others and also you could be deceiving your own self. So I hope you guys learned a lot. This topic is a worldwide topic that one can't really deal with everything in this topic, but watch the foundations of this episode. Deception, the purpose of taking people's inactions to mislead them, to do something to harm others or to do something to harm themselves. So thank you guys for tuning in this episode.